Hello kids, welcome to SRPS channel. How are you all? I hope you all are doing well. So in today's session we will do narration. Narration, it is also known as direct and indirect speech. Now the first question that comes to our mind is, what is narration? Narration means to narrate something or to tell something. Okay, there are two ways of saying anything. The first one is using the actual words of the speaker, and the second one is by reporting what has been said. When we use the actual words of the speaker without any change anywhere, it is called direct speech or direct narration, and it is written in inverted commas. For example, Joy said, "I am sorry for my mistake." So, here the group of words that come before inverted comma is called reporting speech. And the words which are there in the inverted comma, within the inverted comma, they are called reported word or the reported speech. The speech that includes the actual words of the speaker. When the words of the speaker are reported without using the actual words, it is called indirect narration or indirect speech. We make certain changes accordingly. Like, for example, the first sentence, when I'll convert it into indirect, we have to say it like this: Joy said that he was sorry for his mistake. I hope it is clear. Okay. Now, when we convert direct to indirect, we follow certain rules. So, in this session or in this PowerPoint presentation, we'll do all the rules that we follow. So the first rule is, the direct speech is converted into indirect speech by dropping of the inverted comma and using some linking words like that, if, whether, etc. For example, he said, "I like fruits." He said that he likes fruits. He said to me, "Will you go?" He asked me whether or if I would go. So, if you have noticed, in the second sentence we have in the example of first example, the second sentence, we have dropped the inverted commas, and in place of inverted comma we have used that. And in the second sentence, in the second example, we have used whether or if as a linking word. So, now the second rule. The reporting verb said is changed into told, added, observed, remarked, stated, etc. Okay. So, the word said is changed accordingly. Okay. For example, he said, "Ram is clever." He remarked that Ram is clever. Okay, now there is something to remember, or the thing that you have to know. The reporting verb said is changed into told only when if it is followed by an object. If there is no object, said will not change. So I think it is clear. For example, suppose if it is written, "He said to me, Ram is clever." So we can write, "He told me that Ram is clever." But here in the example, it is not written like this. That is why we have written remarked, or we can write said only. Okay, now rule number 3. If the reporting verb is in present or future tense, the verb which is outside the inverted comma, if it is present or future tense, the tense of the verb in the reported speech does not change. Example, the teacher says he is an intelligent boy. So you just note this. The teacher says that he is an intelligent boy. We have not written he was an intelligent boy because the word says is there and says is present tense. So note down the second example. Tina will say the servant was wrong. So when we'll convert it into indirect, it is Tina will say that the servant was wrong. I hope it is clear. If the reporting verb is in present tense, the tense of the verb in the reported speech is changed into corresponding past tense. If the reporting verb is in past tense, reporting verb that is outside the inverted comma, if it is in past tense, then the words within the inverted comma we change them with the corresponding past tense. Okay, the tense changes. If it is are in the direct speech, we use was and were in the indirect speech. If it is has and have, we convert it into had. If it is was and were, we change it into had been. Will changes to would, shall changes to should, can changes to could, may changes to might, and so on. Okay. Now, rule number 5. If the reported speech expresses some universal truth means something which is universally accepted, which is uh, which is believed by everyone, okay, or the habitual action, the habits, or the characteristics, the properties, the tense of the verb does not change. So, if it is universal truth, if within the inverted comma, if it is a universal truth, if it is a habitual action, or if it is characteristics of a person or a plant or any metal or something, then also we don't change the tense. For example, our teacher said man is mortal. This is universal truth because everyone believes this. It is accepted by everyone. So our teacher said that man is mortal. We have not changed man was mortal. Okay. So we have written our teacher said that man is mortal. He said to me, I walk daily in the morning. This is the habitual action or the habits. So he told that he walks daily in the morning. We are not making any change anywhere. Okay. Now rule number 6. Rule for changing words expressing nearness and time. So obviously in indirect speech we cannot use the words which are there expressing the nearness. So for that we have to use something else. Come changes to go, ago, before, last night, previous night, yesterday changes to the previous day, today changes to that day, tomorrow changes to the next day, here changes to there, these changes to those, this changes to that, and now changes to then. Okay. So when we'll write them in indirect speech, we will use the word which are given in the second column. Okay, now rule number 7. In case of assertive sentences, the one which emphasize something, or they state something, they say something, remove the commas and inverted comma and use a conjunction that. There are 4 types of sentences, you remember: assertive, then interrogative, imperative, and exclamatory. So, in assertive sentences, we just remove the commas and the inverted comma and use a conjunction that. Okay? Now change the reporting verb say into tell and said to told. Okay? Said to can be changed into replied or informed or added or stated or remarked. Now just I'll make it clear with an example. He said, I have finished the work. So he informed that he had finished the work. Okay? We have just removed the inverted commas and a comma, and in place of that we have used that, and that person, he is informing that he has finished his work. So we have used the word he informed, and tense we have changed accordingly. Okay. Now rule number 8. In case of interrogative sentences, what are interrogative sentences? You remember? The one which asks a question or inquires something. So, in case of interrogative sentences, reporting verb said or said to is changed into asked, inquired, interrogated, questioned, etc. The interrogative sentence is changed into an assertive one. Okay? In the indirect speech, the question mark will not come. Okay? So we have to write it in a sentence form or a statement form. Question mark is removed and full stop is used. Conjunction if or whether is used if the reported speech starts with the helping verb or for yes or no type of question. Now what are these yes or no type of question? When we ask a question and the answer to that question is either yes or no. So those type of questions, they are called yes no type question, or we can say that the question is starting with the helping verb. Okay, so for those we use if and whether, either if or whether. Okay, we'll make it clear with an example. He said to me, do you like fruits? So what will be the answer to this question? Either it will be yes or no. Yes, I like fruits, or no, I don't like fruits. So this is yes no type question. So what we have to use? We have to use either if or whether. He asked me if I like fruits. Okay. Now suppose if yes no type question is not there, a simple question with WH word is there, then no conjunction is used if the reported speech starts with an interrogative word or WH word. If the reported verb is having WH word, no yes no type question is there, then what we have to do? So we just without using any conjunction, we start with an interrogative word or WH word. Arun said to Vinita, why did you break my toy? Now if you notice, there is no helping verb in the starting, it is WHY. Why? So WH question. Arun asked Vinita why had she broken his toy. Why had she broken his toy? Okay. Now rule number 9. In imperative sentence. Now what are imperative sentences? The imperative sentences are either a request is there, or an order is there, or a command is there, suggestion, advice, these type of sentences. So in imperative sentences, the verb said or said to is changed into ordered, commanded, requested, advised, suggested, etc. according to the sentence. Commas and inverted commas are removed, and conjunction to is used, and imperative case is changed into infinitive case. That we have done in previous class, infinitives. Okay, so the teacher said to Ravi, utilize your time. Okay, the teacher is advising her student or his student to utilize the time properly. Okay, so the teacher advised Ravi. This is the indirect speech. Advised Ravi to utilize his time. I think this is clear. In case of negative sentences, do not is changed into not to. Okay. For example, the teacher said to Ravi, don't waste your time. The teacher advised Ravi not to waste his time. Clear? Okay. Now in case of exclamatory sentences, the reporting verb, exclamatory sentences, the sentences that show sudden joy, anger, these type of strong feelings. So in case of exclamatory sentences, the reporting verb said or said to is changed into exclaimed in the case of an exclamatory sentence. Okay, for example, he said, what a fine bird it is. He exclaimed that it was a very fine bird. Okay, so we have changed a little bit. The reporting verb said or said to is changed into wish, blessed, or prayed for optative sentences. Optative sentences, when you wish for someone, when you give blessings to someone, those type of sentences are called optative sentences. So, for example, he said, may God bless you with a daughter. He prayed that God might bless him with the daughter. Okay. Now rule number 11. If an exclamatory sentence contains word which expresses strong emotions of anger, joy, surprise, etc., so they are converted in the following ways. If it is alas, if in the direct speech the word alas is used, so we when we convert it into indirect, we write exclaimed with sorrow. When it is hooray, we write exclaimed with joy, because they are showing these feelings. Okay. Oh, exclaimed with regret. Aha. So exclaimed with delight. Exclaimed with content. wow, exclaimed with surprise or wonder. So, I think all these words are clear. Now, example you can see, she said, hooray, we achieved our goal. So, she exclaimed with joy that they had achieved their goal. Okay. Now, now rule number 12, the first person in direct speech changes as per the subject of the speech. He said, I am in class 9th. Okay. So this word, this pronoun I is used for he. He said that he was in class 9th. Okay. So I is used for he, that is why we have made the change. He was in class 9th. The second person of direct speech changes as per the object of reporting speech. She said to them, you have done your work. So here the word you is used for them, for many people. So we have you is second person. So we have changed it accordingly. She told them that they had done their work. Okay. Now the third is the third person. Third person is he, she, it. So third person of direct speech does not change. It will remain as it is. Example, he says she dances well. So when we'll convert it into indirect speech, we will say he says that she dances well. Okay. I hope it is clear. This is all about direct and indirect. I hope you all have enjoyed the session. Thank you and all the best.